If you're watching this video, this is your sign to be more rigid. I'm gonna tell you a juicy story time, then I'm gonna break everything down step by step why you should be a lot more rigid in your current dating life. So I made plans to go down to San Diego last weekend for Halloween weekend. I have matched with 2 girls on Hinge here in LA, but they both lived in San Diego. So I was like, you know what? Let's make a whole weekend out of it. Let's go down to San Diego, have some fun, hang out in the San Diego sun, go to the beach, then see these girls at night. I had one book for Friday and one book for Saturday. Now, mind you, for both of them, I gave them the plan. And we spoke about it over and over and over again, how we're gonna go to this bar, then that bar, and do everything. So the plans were already laid out. So I get down to San Diego, check into my Airbnb. I'm looking over the water. I'm like, yes, what a great place to be. So I call the first girl and I'm like, yo, looking forward to seeing you tonight. And she goes, oh, I'm not going out tonight. Now, mind you, my gut reaction was, what did you say to me? B word? Like, what? But of course, I'm a nice guy. I was like, well, what do you mean? She said, I went out the night before and I just don't feel like being around loud music and alcohol. So I said, okay, well, after dinner with my friends, I'm down to see you. She's like, well, what time is that? I said, probably around 10. She goes, that's too late. I have work in the morning. Mind you, she never told me she had work in the morning. So I just feel 2 things. Number one, disrespected. I drove 100 miles down from Los Angeles, booked a nice Airbnb just for you to flake on plans the day of with new objections I've never heard. What do you mean you have work in the morning? You never said that ever. We made plans to go to this bar and that spot, and now you're flaking? Number 2, it shows she doesn't like me that much. Because if I rebutted, when I rebutted, hey, we can just hang out around 10, she should have said, sounds good. But the fact that she was like, that's too late. That's her way of saying, I'm making sure this doesn't happen tonight. If a girl really likes you, bro, and you were in her city, she'd make sure she saw you. I don't care if it was for 30 minutes. She'd make sure of it. By her giving me objection, I don't feel like going out. Okay, I can hang out later. Another objection, I have work in the morning. That's her way of saying, I don't like you. So guess what? I didn't see her the next day. I just said, all right, no worries. I'll talk to you soon. Hung up, and I'll probably never speak to her ever again. Let's go to girl number 2. So girl number 2, same thing. We're on the phone, texting, making sure we have our plan set up. And that day on Saturday, she goes, hey, how about lunch instead? Now, mind you, we made plans to go out together. I'm like, what do you mean lunch instead? Like, we've been talking all week about going out. She said, oh, I just feel weird the first time we meet. I'm gonna see me in a costume and I'll be slightly drunk. In my head, so. But guys, I know women all too well. So here's what's going on in her brain. There's plethora of things. Number 1, what she told me was actually truthful. Number 2, she knew if she went out with me slightly drunk in a costume, she'd go home with me. That's why she's like, wait a minute, let me not show him that side of me and sub him out to lunch, therefore nothing can happen. Number 3, she's like, you know what, there's another guy I want to hang out with and he's more attractive or he's more fun or he's an ex-boyfriend. I'd much rather hang out with him. So let me swap Chad to lunch. Lastly is her friends are like, oh my God, girl, like we're all going out as girls. Like don't bring a guy, like be single, like don't have him with you, right? So again, if she liked me and respected me, she would say, no girls, I'm going out with the guy I said I was going out with. But the fact that she caved and swapped me to lunch, she knew what she was doing. And therefore, I didn't see her either. Made plans with 2 girls and none of them happened. You know why? Because I am rigid. You do exactly what I ask or we don't hang out. And the reason why I am the way I am is because by you being rigid, it lets you know who likes you and who doesn't. If both those girls came through with the plans, I probably would have came back down there a month later. I probably would have, or vice versa. I said, hey, I'll pay for your Airbnb. Yo, I'll pay for your gas. Like, come see me. I would have been generous back. But when a girl flakes on you and gives you no alternative, when a girl changes plans and makes the plans harder on you, easy on her, she doesn't like you. So by you practicing being more rigid in your dating life, it's gonna let you know who likes and respects you. And guys, let me tell you something. I don't believe in building more interest, building more rapport. I want you to like me day one, because that's the type of relationship that is the best. I don't want to have to, start off the first 2-3 dates. You change plans, made me drive further, chose more expensive restaurants, and then over time, I earn your respect. No, I'm not in the business of raising interest. In my opinion, if a girl can't keep her word to you, she's going to consistently do this throughout the relationship. That's why when a girl can't even keep her word on the first link up, bro, you best believe as more time goes down the line, this will be a common occurrence. So when you're more rigid in your dating life, you exit and you stiff arm those girls from the jump. And when you're dating me, you do exactly what I say. Hey, go on this restaurant at this time, be at my place at 8 o'clock. If they're at my house a little bit late, 8:10, 8:15, whatever, LA traffic, it is what it is. But if they're like, can you go to a different spot, more by me? I don't feel like driving. Also, can you try out this spot? I heard it's better and has better reviews. No, take care. Like, that's how I am. Because like I said before, by her showing you how, disrespectful and loose she is with plans from day one, it's gonna show in the relationship. So by me being rigid and tough, it lets this girl know I can't mess around with this guy. I can't play in his face. I can't change locations. You know why? Because if I do, I won't see him again. When a girl knows, yo, if I'm messing with Chad will just say, never mind, have a good night, see you later. He will not bend with me. So if Chad says a plan, I know for a fact he's not playing. Now guys, am I cool with never speaking to those San Diego girls ever again? Yes, I am. But I guarantee you, if those girls ever come back to the LA area, they will hit me up. You know why? Because they're like, damn, this guy has a backbone and I can respect it. So if they come up here, I guarantee you they'll hit me up first, make a plan and not flake. But I guarantee you, if I saw them on their plans, they'd have lost respect for me. They would have. So I'll be honest with you. If you're the type of guy right now who maybe gets a date a month if you're lucky, maybe you being rigid isn't the best idea. I'll be honest with you, because you need to have some more experiences. I'm not gonna limit you. But if you're a guy that does pretty well, your dating life is pretty good, you can go on a date a week if you wanted to. Yes, bro, be more rigid. Because what all you're doing while you're being rigid is you're vetting. A lot of times when guys or girls break up with one another, they saw the red flags. They were already there. They just decided to ignore them out of comfort, ignore them out of like restarting a relationship with somebody else. You probably know about it too, bro. You probably had a girlfriend or someone you broke up with where the red flag was already apparent. You just said, okay, maybe this won't be an issue. If a girl can't stick to a plan, especially when you invested hundreds of miles driving, you spent $1,000 on an Airbnb and they still couldn't come through, that's just disrespectful, in my opinion. Now, am I gonna text these girls and ask them for closure? No, they don't owe me anything. All I'm saying is, if you're gonna date guys and your dating life is pretty good, be a lot more rigid. Because that's only gonna make them respect you more, and that's gonna allow you to pick the highest quality woman, because a woman who genuinely likes you won't flake, and if she flakes, she offers a reschedule, and she's super respectful about it. A girl who likes you is not switching up plans and flaking on you the day of dates. I promise you, she is not. So hopefully you got some good value from this video of me yapping about these freaking girls in San Diego. And if you found this video valuable and you want more information from me, I have a coaching Discord group where every single Monday I have a live call. Last call, I was auditing everyone's dating app profile. The week before that, we're talking about how to vet for a proper relationship, and it only costs $1.63 per day. I will leave the link for that down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.